Okay, so thank you for joining us today at this presentation for parents and guardians about the college Swansea University. So the building you can see on the screen is our lovely building of the college, and we will be telling you all about that over the next half an hour. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Gareth Davey, and I am the recruitment manager for the college Swansea University. I'm joined today by Helen Zhu, who is our Senior Student Recruitment Coordinator in the college. You'd like to say hello, Helen?
Hi all.
So we're going to be doing this together as a bit of a buddy presentation. So we'll be taking it in turns to talk to you about different aspects of the presentation. But should you want to get in touch with any of the recruitment team, we also have Kieran Foley, who is the Student Recruitment and Sponsor Liaison Coordinator for the Middle East and North Africa, and Hannah Bater, who is our Student Recruitment Officer. Now, the structure of this webinar is going to be an introduction to the City of Swansea and then the university itself, information about the college and what we do, details about application to enrolment, information about the accommodation that we offer, student life and student services, and then we're going to conclude with an introduction to the Ambassador platform. So we anticipate this is going to take about 30 minutes all the way through. If you have any questions, by all means, you can use the Q&A function and put any questions there. And once we've concluded the delivery of the presentation, we'll then stop sharing our screens, and then we'll be able to answer any of those questions. But hopefully we cover a lot of what you would like to know in the slides that are about to follow. So let's begin with, where is Swansea University? So the United Kingdom is made up of 4 countries: Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. And on the map that you can see on your screen is the United Kingdom, and the part highlighted in green is Wales. And you can see a dot there that points where Swansea is. So we are 1 hour from Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales, an hour and a half from Bristol, and then 3 hours from London. If you've never seen Swansea before, Swansea is a coastal city, and we are the 2nd largest city in Wales. So a population of around 250,000 people. And the footage that you can see on your screen is the city centre and maritime quarter. So as you can see, it's a really beautiful coastal city overlooking our new arena, the leisure centre. And you can actually see that tall building on the left. That's actually the tallest building in Wales. And behind that in the distance is one of our campuses, which we'll be talking to you about a bit later on. So to introduce you to the city of Swansea. So some of the features that the sort of city centre has, so you can understand what to expect within Swansea as a city. So we're a big sports city. So we have the Liberty Stadium, which is home of Swansea City Football Club and the Ospreys rugby team. And we also host a number of live music events. So these take place in the Liberty Stadium, in Singleton Park, which is located next door to one of our campuses, and in Swansea Arena, which is a brand new state-of-the-art multi-purpose venue that was built just a couple of years ago. That's also where the graduation takes place for all of our students as well. We're also the gateway to the Gower Peninsula, which is the UK's first area of outstanding natural beauty. So if you're not sure what that means, effectively, it's a giant national park with around 18 beaches. Many of them are award-winning and get ranked within the most beautiful beaches within Europe on a regular basis. So what students can expect is a nice mixture of that city life and being able to get out into the countryside as well. We have over 230 shops located in Swansea City Centre, and those are a mixture of big brand stores that you'll be familiar with, everything from, say, Boots and Superdry through to small independent shops. And we have an independent quarter in Swansea City Centre as well. And in that city centre, we have Swansea Market, which is the largest indoor market in Wales. And it was actually crowned this year Britain's best large indoor market. So if you're interested in things like fresh produce, so fish, meat, vegetables, fruit, all of that you can get there. I made a lovely paella on the weekend that I got all that fresh fish from there. But there's also, Welsh cakes that you can get there, as well as, a number of things, hot food stalls in there. They often have pop-up displays. So it's a really nice place to go and visit and to get your food from in Swansea. And then this is the image from our office. So looking from the college, where you can see out in the distance by where the sunset is, you can see that little formation. That is Mumbles. Now, Mumbles is home to a number of boutique shops, cafes, and restaurants, and has a Victorian pier as well as a newly opened big wheel that gives views across the whole of Swansea Bay. Over that drone footage you saw earlier, you would have seen Swansea Marina, and that's one of the only blue flag awarded marinas in the UK. And from there, we have a number of boat tours, not boot tours, sorry, boat tours along the coast, and then also along the Towie River up to our Grade 2 listed Havant Morva Copper Works. So really nice opportunities to, again, see some of that wonderful countryside and some history that we have in Swansea as well. And a fun fact about Wales is that we actually have more castles per square mile than any other country in the world. And we have 8 located within the Swansea and Gower. So if you've got any Harry Potter fans out there or any fans of, history, there's an opportunity to go and visit a lot of those castles while you're living in Wales. And finally, Swansea has been awarded with a purple flag. Now, this is a national award recognizing the city's vibrant and most importantly, safe nighttime economy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass you over to Helen, who's going to tell you a little more about the university and the college.
Thank you, Gareth. So as you can see here, we are a dual campuses university, and both campuses are fairly close to the beach. Although we have the best location between 2 campuses, our academic building is literally on the beach. Swansea University itself was founded in 1920, so we've only celebrated our 100 years centenary in recent years. There are over 25,000 students and over 4,000 of them are international, so it's quite good mixed. 40% of students are studying undergraduate level and the other are studying postgraduate courses. We have really good ratio between staff and students, and we have really good mix for 130 different countries as well. So it's very good experience for any students who are studying here with us at Swansea University. As you can see here, this is our Singleton Park campus. This is our historical campus, and this is home to faculties of medicine, health, and life science, our law school, and also a couple of more other schools that are not on Bay campus. We are located on Bay campus, but from time to time, we do go over to Singleton to enjoy the Singleton Park ourselves. We have mosque and multi-faith facilities on both campuses, and there are GP surgeries and dentists available for students. It's very important to register with a GP as soon as your child or children arrive and register with the university, just so that when they're not feeling well, they know where to go to, and they don't have to wait and register with the GP and then wait for an appointment. So it's very important, and we do have those facilities available on campus. There are other entertainment facilities on campus as well, such as the Taliesin Cinema, Theatre, and then we also have the Welsh National Pool and sports facilities based on this campus. There are plenty of restaurants, coffee shops, bars, supermarkets on campus and around city centre, of course. It's fairly close from either campuses to the city centre, either by bus or bike, or some students prefer walking along the coastline. It's completely up to them. When the weather is lovely, it's such a nice walk. Can I have the next slide, please? And as you can see here, this is our Bay campus. It's where our college building is located. And as I mentioned before, we're literally on the beach, but maybe you didn't know is that we are the closest academic building to the beach in the world. So we're quite proud of that. It's a fantastic place to work and study for both student and staff. And there's also School of Engineering and School of Management located on this campus, just right next to our brand new computational foundry. Both campuses are equipped with on-campus accommodation for students who are going to study with us at the College Swansea University. There will be dedicated accommodation hall, which is called the Rock Jones Hall, We'll be talking to you about this in a bit more detail in later slides. We do recommend students to stay on campus for their first year of study, especially if students are traveling from elsewhere from the world to the UK or to Wales for the first time. I myself was an international student when I first came to the UK at undergraduate level, although I didn't study at Swansea University, but I do find that on-campus accommodation are very good option as on-campus security is very safe. There are all bills included, accommodation options. The rooms on Bay campus are all en suites, which means that students only have to share kitchen and communal areas with other students, but they do have their own room. So if they wish to have a bit more privacy, it's absolutely fine, but they can go out and mingle with other students as they pleased. There are also gym and outdoor sports facilities on this campus and of course on Sigleton Park campus. We have the Great Hall Theatre here as well. And again, we do have restaurants, coffee shops and other food places. And from time to time, there are food markets happening on both campuses. So if any student who doesn't wish to cook, or like myself, I can't cook, it's fairly easy to get food and drink from both campuses as well. So as you can see here, this is footage for our Bay campus in particular, and our building, as you can see, is beautiful. And often we have students and staff. We will walk down the beach and just to enjoy that bit of sun and the beach and the tide when it comes in and when it goes out. It's really beautiful to see, and it's all just there at the doorstep. We have outstanding support for all our students, and all of our students are a student of Swansea University from day one. So as soon as they receive their cards, they will have all the, for example, student ID, and they will get access to student email, student system, everything that is any direct student will have, our students will have, so they don't have to register for a different system. Basically, it will be the same system for all Swansea university students, so from day one, and they will have a smooth transition from their pathway to their progression course. And there are small class sizes as well, so I believe there will be up to probably 25 to 30 students at most. So it is very close relationship between students and their academic tutors and our staff. And we make sure that our students are being looking after, especially students who are under 18 on our foundation programs. All students will be assigned with a personal tutor, so that when students, we don't want them to be in trouble, but from time to time they are, so they know who to talk to and seek help from. And we have multiple entry points throughout the year, so we are going to welcome out new students for May intake in just a week or so's time. And then we also have September intake, November intake, and then January intake. And in any case, if you currently hold an offer to study with us and then you're struggling to meet the language requirement, we do offer online English language tests, which is called a SWOT. It's free for offer holders. We will be talking to you about this in a bit more detail in later slides as well. As you can see here are some of our most recent and important rankings. We've been ranked top 307 around the world by QS University World Ranking this year. It's fantastic ranking. We're very proud. And then we're also been ranked very well across UK, not just around the world, but across the UK. And we've done particularly well in some of the subject rankings as well. Although we can't fit all of them onto one slide, but here are some of the rankings that can set Swansea apart from others.
I think it's back over to me now for our application and enrollment. Just to pick up on some of the rankings, just to note, we are 25th in the UK out of over 150 universities. So we are one of the highest ranked pathway providers in the UK, and that is something which students really do have the opportunity to gain with us, is studying a pathway program at the college and then graduating from a very highly ranked university, ranked highly both in UK terms and, as you can see, by our world rankings as well. I can see a couple of people have raised their hands. We won't be taking questions during the presentation, but if you can wait till the end, because we may actually answer your question while we're going through this presentation. And if we don't, we'll be happy to answer those questions once we've completed the presentation. So I'm going to be telling you a little bit about application to enrollment now. So if someone has not made an application yet, applications can be made through our StudyLink system. So you can go onto our website and look at any of the courses that interest you and then submit that application online. Now, the most likely outcome to that application will be a conditional offer letter. And what that effectively means is you will be able to study with us as long as you meet the conditions outlined on that letter. So it could be things such as an interview, submitting certain documents or grades, or qualifications that we need, a personal statement, something like that. We'll outline in detail exactly what you need to provide us with. And then once you provide them, we will move you on to the next stage of that offer process. Now, our teams are in touch with all offer holders via email, WhatsApp, phone. Your agent will also be there to support you. And if you've applied directly, we have someone called the Inside Sales team who actually support you directly as well with your application. And we hold a number of webinars such as these to help give you as much advice, support, and guidance on your journey to study with us in Swansea. We will require clear confirmation from students over 18 that they are happy for their parent to discuss their application. So if you are a parent or guardian and you wish to have more information about the application that's been submitted for your child, please just ensure that you do get that confirmation sent by your child to us so we can make it on the record so we can discuss it with you. Now, once all the conditions are met, an unconditional offer will be issued. And this typically asks for a tuition fee deposit, a signed acceptance form, supplemental declaration, a student route questionnaire, and some additional documents if appropriate. For instance, if the student is under the age of 18, there's an under 18 form. It's really important when completing the student route questionnaire, you give as much information as possible. So it will ask things like, did you look at other universities? Did you look at other countries to study? What were your primary drivers for choosing Swansea and choosing your course? And it's really useful to provide, I would say, about 3 or 4 sentences answering each of those questions. Just my advice would be, do not copy and paste off the website and don't use ChatGPT. Please do ensure it is in your own words, because we can see quite easily if the style of writing doesn't match the rest of the documentation that has been submitted to us, and it will be asked to be completed again. So just take a bit of time just to complete that yourself, because it will help you when it comes to submitting your visa application and entering the UK for the first time. And once all of these documents are submitted, the admissions team will request the CAS. So that stands for Certificate of Acceptance to Study, and you require this CAS to be able to apply for your visa. Now, a CAS can take up to 10 working days, depending on the time of year. So it is important that you plan the amount of time for that CAS letter to be sent over. And just to give you a bit more detail on the CAS process. So once all documents and payment is completed, a CAS pack is prepared by the admissions team that are based in the college. And that is one of the advantages of applying to the college, Swansea University, is our admissions team are on site, so they are based in the college. We're currently operating a 24-hour turnaround time, although that may slow down as we get into the busier September period. CAS packs are then sent over to the university's compliance team, and that CAS team are the ones who actually issue the letter. So they will have final checks, which can take up to an additional 5 working days. And then that CAS is issued directly to the student email. So it's really important that the student email is included on the application via StudyLink. And please note that the final CAS documentation is issued to the student email address alone. It does not go to the agent or to the parent's email. So it really does need to be the student's email that goes in there. And once it's issued, the CAS can be used to make that visa application, as I mentioned. And if you have any questions at all about visa support, there's really comprehensive information that can be found on our website with the International at Campus Life team. And you can also email them. The email address is also on my website as well. So I'm going to pass back to Helen now to tell you a little bit more about the SWELT test that she mentioned earlier, our accommodation, and also the student support and student services that we offer in the college.
Thank you, Gareth. As I mentioned before, we do offer an online English language test, which is called the SWOT. It's actually offered by Swansea University, but as we keep saying, our students are just Swansea University student from day one, so there's no difference. You get the same treatment, you get the same English test, and it's completely free for our offer holders for the first attempt, of course. It can be used to replace IELTS or other acceptable English language tests. It's free, so if you haven't taken one and you needed one, please go and book as soon as possible because places does go quite very fast. It can be used for entry to Swansea University's programs. We wouldn't ask you for additional tests if you have met our requirements with the test results. And then it's completely online. You will be sent communications by the SWELT team before your test, just to test out your equipment. And then there are pre-tests to be taken as well. But this will be about twice a month. So it's completely online and do check it out if you need it. As you can see here, we do offer on-campus accommodation and it's a beautiful location. Most of the rooms, I would say, does have a beach view. You will be able to see the beach that we've been boasting about. And it's only accessible with the fob and that's what we call a keyed. So we're apart from the 24-hour security online, that's just adding additional layer of security on top of it. We understand that safety is very important to all students, and especially if you're a parent or guardian and then you're sending your child aboard, safety is what we are here for. It's close to the college building, so it's about 3 to 5 minutes walk. If you walk really slowly, it will take 5 minutes, but they will have no excuse to miss their lectures, even if they, let's say they went to bed at 3 a.m., but they have a 9 a.m. class, they have no excuse to be late because it's that close. We do strongly recommend for new students. Of course, if they wish to stay for the entirety of their study, they're welcome. They just need to put in applications maybe each year to sign a new contract, that's all. And they can apply for accommodation as soon as they receive conditional offer. Of course, all the rooms will be allocated when an unconditional offer has been issued. So don't worry about paying deposit just yet. But as soon as you've been allocated with a room, when your offer with us is unconditional, it's time to pay the deposits and you will be given how to pay, when to pay, where to pay, all that information sent to you. It's very important to check the emails. So we always mention to students, please do check their emails, make a habit out of it so that they don't miss any important information. Currently, we do have discounted prices going on for our rooms. There are standard ensuite and premium ensuite. As you can see, they're quite huge discounts here. Standard ensuite were £177 per week previously. Right now it's £140 per week. And for premium ensuite, it was £183 per week and now it's 155. Discounted prices will go on until it's stopped. So if your child or children is looking for accommodation, make sure that they look at the option as well. As soon as students receive their CAS, it will be a time that they will receive multiple emails. Some of the emails will be from our team. So for example, myself or Gareth, we will be keep sending them important information about how to travel to the UK, for example. And it will be the time that they will be connected by our student life and education service team as well. So this team is there dedicated to provide excellent student support throughout the journey with us at the College of Swansea University. Of course, a lot of our students continue to connect with their personal tutor after they progress to the university degree. We care about students' well-being. So, for example, if they're feeling homesick or if they are struggling to settle in, or if they are, not sure about how to look at their timetable, what does it mean that they have a lecture, etc. All kinds of questions we do get every day, basically, because we understand how international students feel. Or they may be overwhelmed. I was certainly overwhelmed when I first came to the UK, and I worried that people wouldn't understand what I'm saying. But now look at me, working in the UK and all. There are plenty of events and activities that we plan for students, especially during the Freshers Week, just a time for them to meet other students, maybe get together with the classmates and then know who their personal tutor are. There are attendance monitoring. It's very important for students to tap in and out for their lecture seminars so that we know that they're coming to the classes. If they have missed some of the attendance, due to not feeling well, that's absolutely fine as long as they let their personal tutor know or put in, a request. But if they started to miss a lot of classes, we will ask them to come in, sit down and have a cup of tea. We're not going to tell them off, but we will, address that. It's very important for them to attend all of their classes if possible. There are wider support from the university. So for example, there are campus life team. So there are Face Money International, and there are plenty of more division from that team. So for any at all for students support, the team is there. So we may not be able to answer all questions, but we will know who will be the best team to speak to for students. And there are plenty of student society that's going around, and then it will be down to students to register through the students union. And it's quite interesting as well. Apparently, if there are anything that isn't included from the current societies, it's quite easy for students to set up their own society. It's good for their CV, it's good for making friends, and then they can say that, oh, I've established a society when I was in Swansea University. It's quite a fun story to tell. And then there are also Center for Academic Success. There's ongoing support for students who may need it, help with maybe referencing or academic skills. There are also Swansea Employability Academy available for all students, because we do want our students to go off and do wonderful things. Thank you, Gareth. So a little bit more about employability. It isn't just about a degree, it's about securing your long-term future. So as soon as they start with us, even from foundation level, they will be exposed to plenty of part-time job opportunities, work experience, volunteering work, you name it, we have it. There are CV workshops, there are interview workshops, and there are career advisors. We do understand for 18-year-old or under 18-year-old, they may not know what they want to do, but there are plenty of options for them to try it out. They can pick and choose what they would like to go for, and there are people and dedicated team there to talk it through with them. There are employer fairs each year, even each term, depending on different schools. So there are central support teams such as the central employability team, and there's also the dedicated faculty-based employability team for students. We do have exposures for industrial partners. So for example, we have a Rolls-Royce Experience Center, a center on Bay Campus. It's very secretive, but we are working very close with our industrial partners. We are just across the road from Amazon as well. We do have other industrial partners. There will be too many to list out on the slide, so we just cherry-picked a few to show you here. But we do have 75 business started by current students from last year. So we are here to support our students' career paths for whatever they wish to do. We are here to help them.
Thank you, Helen. So I'm just going to go through the last slide with you, which is about the ambassador platform. So this is also referred to as TAP. I will share a link with this once we finish the presentation, but you can go on and search the College Swansea University Ambassador Chat, and it should come up as top of your Google search. And this offers you 4 different areas. So for prospective students coming in, or indeed if you're a parent, you're more than welcome to use this. You can chat to some of our current students, and you can filter this by the country that they originally came from, or you can filter it by the course that they are studying, or by all means, you can chat to any of them. They are there to help. The focus of their support comes to explain really about what life is like in Swansea. So the majority of the chats focus on, things like where's the best place for accommodation, what they would recommend for you when they're first traveling to the UK. They can give all that sort of context. They don't offer support in things like admissions, because they are our current students, but they are a great wealth of knowledge. If you want to know, what cost of living is like here, how easy is it to get a job, what's the weather like, they can give you very honest answers on that, and you'll get unfiltered responses because they are, actual students at the university. They also generate a large number of content for us. So there's photos and videos that are put up on a daily basis. It looks like an Instagram screen if you see that. So little boxes coming down, you can click on any of them to view the videos, like it, and comment on it as well. We also have recordings of recent events, so this will be going on tap, and it's called an on-demand video once it's been recorded, so you can go back and look at some of our subject sessions. We've done sessions on things to do in Swansea, pre-departures. There's lots of different video content on there that you can see. And finally, we have a frequently asked questions section. Now, this FAQ section focuses on the types of questions that our students get on a regular basis, but rather than us answering them as members of staff, we get the students to answer those questions. So it's a really great way to find out what sort of questions other students are asking and to get those answers from the students directly. So hopefully you find that useful. As I say, I will pop the link into the chat once we've completed this. And that is the end of it from us. So what I'll be doing now is I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you to those of you who are watching it as a recording. And for those of you who are live on the call, we'll continue with the Q&A section. By all means, use the Q&A to ask any questions you would like. And I think, Helen, you've got to shoot off now. So if you'd like to say goodbye.
Thank you for watching this with us live. And then if you're watching this in the future, let us know if you've got any questions. We're here to help.
Thank you so much, Helen.